What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Live in Aloha podcast. I'm Ma'a,
And I'm Liv.
and this is Live in Aloha podcast. Yeah,
Welcome back, guys.
welcome back. This is episode
8.
8, coming off of I think we had a pretty good episode last week.
I forgot what it was, honestly.
It was when I was wearing that blue sweater, the jorts. We talked about being a mom.
Yeah, okay.
How's your past week been?
It's been good.
Right. I mean, guys, we got
Been a little bit of a roller coaster.
yes.
We
So
went
I
to
know.
Arizona for my grandma's funeral,
Yes.
and we got back on Sunday. We had a really good Sunday
Hmm?
as a family. We went on a walk. We went on a walk on Monday. So we're getting back into the swing of things with moving our body, I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, also a random thought. Like, I just thought about this as soon as you said we got back on Sunday. If anybody has any suggestions for how to take a good sleep on an airplane, whether that be like an accessory we have to buy from Amazon,
Honey, it was an hour flight.
I mean, it starts at
Literally.
those small scales. It's only going to get longer, especially traveling with a kid. Even like kid inflatable beds, like if you guys know those for airplanes or something, I've seen it before on my TikTok
Mm-hmm.
a few years back. Please just send us some good options. We need it. Our daughter's very alive, like on the airplane. She likes to, try to get out of her seat and go do things. She's at the age where we have to get her a seat now. So we need to find ways to keep her entertained in her chair, obviously, for her safety.
And there was no TV.
Yeah, there was no
I
TV.
feel like if she could watch movies, like she would be fine for at least 1 hour.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to rely on that, right? Like, if there are things out there where somebody knows,
Yeah, little
try this.
toys or
Yeah,
stickers.
anything, less technology, but anything.
Because
Really.
we are going on another flight this weekend
Yes, ladies and
on
gentlemen, we're
Aloha
going
Friday.
to Disneyland, baby. My wife's family grew up going to Disneyland, and they're big, what do you call it, Disneyland enthusiasts.
Sure. We love
So
it.
we're gonna go and get on
She's
some
going to have
rides.
so much fun. And
Feel the
she's going to be
magic.
able to be with her cousins and aunties and uncles and Nana and Papa. And it's going to be
Yeah,
so fun.
I know.
Seeing her, like, be so excited. I'm so excited to see that.
Me too. Me too. I didn't grow up going to Disneyland, so it's something I have to learn how to love. I mean, I feel like it's so easy to love it when you're a kid and you grow up in it.
Mm.
You felt that magic, especially as a kid. I didn't grow up in it, so I gotta put myself in the kid feeling sometimes to feel that. And I'm just so happy to see our daughter go there because she's gonna experience that. This is gonna be magic for her. She's gonna see Elsa. She's a big Frozen girl. I mean, used to be, but I think she just forgot about it. When she sees Elsa in person with the hair, the magic, the blue dress,
She's going to love it.
the towers, the rides, she's gonna love churros. I can't wait to have the. If you guys have any tips about Disneyland, maybe how to get like good deals at Disneyland, send it our way, please.
Oh,
It's gonna be Aloha Friday when they listen
I
to
do
it.
have a question. What's the word? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you're a bad parent, how bad is it to put your kid on a leash at Disneyland?
Yeah, ladies and
Because
gentlemen, we're gonna do that.
I swore I would never put my kid on a leash,
It's a
but
backpack. Well, when you say it like that, it sounds bad. There's baby backpack
yeah,
leashes.
it's a backpack with a
It's
leash.
made for babies.
People know what I'm talking about.
Toddlers, I mean.
Yeah. Everybody knows the toddler leash, and I never thought I would be the one to buy one, but with how Navy is, she is a runner, and she doesn't look back.
Track star.
She will not be even scared if she runs away. Like,
Oh yeah.
she
We would be more scared than she would be. And there's so much things going on around there. We need to make sure
so
she
many
stays in
people.
our vicinity.
Yeah. So I'm considering the leash backpack,
Right.
and we're gonna bring the stroller. Anyways, our drinks for this episode, I got an iced chai from Starbucks.
I got a mocha frap.
It's pretty good. It's pretty sweet. It's pretty good.
I got a mocha frappuccino with mocha drizzle on top. I go through that one and the Java chip one.
He's a frappuccino guy,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
I'm a
yeah.
sugar guy. Let's just say I'm a sugar guy. But I call it my coffee, so it makes me happy, right?
Okay.
That's the same point ladies drink coffee, or my wife at least, to get that happy mama drink. This is the happy dad I drink right here.
Yeah.
So Starbucks, thank you for sponsoring our episode today.
That would be a cool sponsorship.
That would be a great sponsorship.
My brother.
Yep, yep, yep. Um, but yeah,
What are we talking about this week?
we first have to talk about the two things we're most proud of, two things we want to work on. Today we'll dial it down to one. So what is one thing you're most proud of as I mean maybe in the past week with any aspect in your life and one thing you want to work on?
I'm proud of us today for not waking up first thing in the morning and or Navy wakes up before us and she usually we just give her a phone, which is kind of bad as parents, we know this. But we give her the phone and she watches the show first thing in the morning.
Yep,
And today we didn't do that. So I'm glad about that.
right? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm texting back the nanny.
Well, I'm very proud that we kind of forced it. We talked about this as parents that we should try to get up when Navy gets up. And we had a conversation a few days ago about waking up early is better for us because it forces us to start our day, right? Like if you wake up early, there's not much to do at 6 o'clock, but or 6:30, but to get work done. Get
Mhm.
up maybe and work. When I say work, I mean like getting ready for the day.
Morning routine, eat some
Breakfast as
breakfast.
a
Yeah.
family. We want to incorporate way more things, but we need to set up a better morning routine, and we've talked about that, and we're working on it. So
We
that's
need
I
to
guess that's a double proud thing.
proud and what we want to work out,
Right,
honestly.
right, right.
That's like a double whammy. Proud that today we didn't put on the show first thing in the morning and
You're double
also
whammy.
want to work on it because we should all get up, get ready for the day,
Right.
get our day planned, get going, all the things.
This is another side note, guys. When we were pregnant with Navy, when we were both carrying her. When Livy was pregnant with Navy, a lot of people. This is just a memory that I'm remembering now. A lot of people would give us advice. It was almost like a negative point of view every time when or most of the times for what I remember. People would be like, you guys weigh so many diapers,
Mm,
so much like you guys better do this. And like nobody really told us to enjoy the journey of being together as two people
before,
before a
yeah.
baby comes, right? And that doesn't downplay the importance of baby being on their way. But I really do wish, and now that we had one baby, and now I know kind of how we want to go in with when we get pregnant next. I feel like it's best from the lessons that we learned our last pregnancy. We find a way to enjoy time as a family of three until we become a family of four, and
Mm,
I think it's so important to just instead of it being such an like you just wait for this, you just wait for that. Your time's gonna be here, there,
yeah.
this. Just
Enjoy
a
where you're
million
at.
negative things about it. Maybe give better advice, I guess, people. Stop giving such negative advice. I don't know, give them suggestions of what you wish you guys did as a couple of two before you had a baby. Like it's just for me, it's just such a negative point of view. But
Mhm.
sorry, that was a random thought. But let's move into the conversation. Sorry, I need my phone.
Oh, here you
It's
go.
on the phone. But today we're going to talk about there's three things I want to touch on. Is there such a thing as balancing marriage and business or is it always trade-offs? That's number 1. 2 is date nights versus family nights and which matters most now for I think there's kind of a breakdown in that. We'll get to that. But 3, would you rather build wealth fast and sacrifice comfort now or enjoy comfort and grow wealth slower? Which if you look at our life, I'm pretty sure that question can get answered.
Okay, this is all news to me. So let's
Right, right, right.
you lead us.
All
Mom is
right.
in charge of this episode.
So number 1, is there such a thing as balancing marriage plus business, or is it always trade-offs? Give me your stance. So I'm asking you,
Trade-offs like what do you mean?
maybe time, energy.
Like sacrifice type thing?
Ding, ding, ding. That's literally what trade-off means. Pretty
Okay.
much. You give off something, you
Well,
lose
we've
something.
talked about this before, I feel like. There's like not really such thing as balance. But remember, I don't know if you talked about this on the podcast or if it was just with me, but how you said there's not really balance, but there's harmony.
Right.
We're
Yeah.
striving to just have a harmonious life where Everything kind of flows nicely. We put this time and attention here, here, here. Family, business, God, everything else, you know. You're not going to be able to spend your time perfectly in each of these categories every day. We just do our best, you know?
Right. Well,
And you like some days it's going to be way more focused on business. Some days it's a full family day. Some days it's you don't really get much of anything done. Like, but hopefully at the end of the week or at the end of the month or at the end of the year, you can look at it and say, I did really good overall in all these things, you know? I put my
yeah,
best effort in all of them, and that's all I can do, you know?
I love that. Well, that's a great take. I think, I mean, all these topics that we're going to talk about kind of tie into each other a little bit, but with this idea of marriage and business, and then like kind of the sacrifice with both, I feel like it'd be completely different. We had you know, a 9 to 5. If I was a 9 to 5 worker and I was going to work and then I'd come home, I feel,
Yeah,
and
you can kind of
I'm not trying to
compartmentalize it
invalidate.
better.
I don't want to say this and it come off as a D word, but I feel like it'd be a little easier, to be
Well,
honest.
yeah, because I think you can leave the
Structured,
work at work and then you
right,
come home, you have your family dinner, you do your kids' bedtime, and then you can relax, whatever. But
right.
with owning a business, it doesn't go that way because it's all day, every day that we're trying to manage all the things.
Right, right, and that's what I feel like. I mean, we're in that stage. We just started our detailing company 4.5 years ago. The Lemon Landscape a year and a half ago or a year ago. Health insurance, I'm going to it right now.
Brand new, yeah.
Like we're how old am I?
25.
25.
Happy
How old are you?
birthday!
How old are
He
you?
just turned, he just had his birthday last week.
Thank you. How old are you?
I'm 26.
26. We're 25 and 26. Like
We're young.
we're in those stages
We're
of
actually young.
like rough draft. Yeah, we are definitely young. I'm a quarter
Century.
century, so damn, saying it like that. If you could say your age as words, that's crazy. You know what I
Like
mean?
in a phrase.
Using
Two and a half dozen. Wait, not dozen.
2.5 dozen, that's 12 plus 12 plus 6. Holla! 2.5 dozen.
What's the word for 10?
Decade.
Wow, my bad, guys. It's
But
mom brain over here.
yes, very mom braining over here. But okay, let me get back into it. Let me get back
Sorry.
into it. Marriage and business. I don't think there's ever owning businesses, and also not mentioning just owning businesses, you and your wife. I think we also have another dynamic in a dynamic that's pretty unique. We both run the businesses.
Yeah, it's tough.
Like we don't I talk to you more about business than I talk to you about, I feel like, normal marriage stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's why.
What do people talk about though? That's what I'm wondering.
Well,
What else is
I
there?
don't know, and there's like we probably shouldn't, but who cares what they talk about? But we like just overly talk about business stuff because that's all we're
Yeah.
thinking about and all we're working on. Which again, we're in a stage
It's
of
the
this.
grind time.
Yeah, we're in a stage where we're working on creating our future, which kind of ties into the topic number 3. But I would say we're not the best. Like we don't have a great schedule at trading off when it's time to be home and business. But every week for like the past 6 months, we've been kind of, dialing in a little bit more. And what we talked about on our walk on or Sunday, since I'm transitioning into learning a new business, I was working on too many things at once, and I didn't think I gave myself enough time to really think about it, which that's how I work best at, kind of putting my back against the wall, and then this is the option. But I didn't add in the other things that are important to me, which is like your feelings. I wasn't really thinking of that. I was just
Mhm.
thought this works best for me. I've always done it this way. I'm gonna do it this way now. But I'm at a different stage in life where I have to consider two other people in my life.
Can you give an example so that I know what you're talking about?
Yeah. So like when I say put my back against the wall, I have this tunnel vision, right? And this is how it was growing up, where if I set my mind to something, nothing's gonna stop me. In marriage and also being a dad, I can't wake up and be like, I'm gonna go do this, 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 this. I wake up, Dad, I can have a banana. Boom. You know what I mean? Like I
Mhm.
go get my daughter a banana, give it to her. But like there's these little things that I have to remember are part of my new responsibilities, right? My responsibility pool has opened, I can't just have this tunnel vision where I wake up, go detail a car, come home, do this, go back to detail a car, website, boom. You know what I like work on these other things that I want to work on.
Mhm.
I have to learn, which there's a word for it, it's called delegation. I have to learn how to delegate not only my time, but now that there's more people who are kind of in our picture,
Yeah.
I have to learn how to delegate, responsibilities for myself, but also for other people as well at the same time
But can I say something?
while carrying respect. Yeah, go ahead.
So, with that, there is a hard part that we faced, which is, like, we want to delegate some things, or
Right.
you want to, like, "Oh, let's hire somebody to do that." But it's like, we don't super have the money yet to just be like, "Oh,
Right.
we're gonna pay an assistant, we're gonna pay a
Y-
manager, we're gonna pay a nanny," like, we do have the
Yeah.
nanny now, but
You can start to, as we grow, we can start to see the relevance of how those like bigger people, big companies see that benefits them, right? Like for
and it
us,
does, yeah, and it would benefit us, but then we wouldn't have money to pay them, you know what I mean? Anyways, that was just a little side comment about the delegation because it would be nice if we could just say, you do this, hire people, hire it out, somebody get clean the house.
in a pretty world.
Yeah, that'd be perfectly and we
Yeah.
could do that, we could have time to do whatever we want all the time, but
Yes.
that's
But
not realistic, so there's kind of a crunch time
yep.
of, like, we do have to do all these things because we
You got
can't
to make it work.
afford to pay somebody else,
Right.
but we also need to prioritize everything, it's
Yeah.
just, like, a hard
Those grind times when which is honestly why I love this idea of entrepreneurship. I would consider myself an entrepreneur, but I would like to consider myself more a creative person instead of
mhm.
just an entrepreneur, which I feel like is an entrepreneur. Like you have to be so creative, so resourceful with anything that you already have, and you can't be so fixed on what you don't have. Instead, you got to shift your mindset to everything that I have. I have to make work to get this job done.
Yeah, you gotta get gritty.
You gotta get gritty. We say that a lot. Like
Mhm.
4 years ago, this is if you're a detailer, you know what I'm talking about. 4 years ago, I would vacuum a car for like 4 hours. I would vacuum the car because I was perfectionist. I didn't even use the drill yet.
Mm.
Guys, like TikTok, I wasn't on the detail side of TikTok yet, so I didn't see all those little tips and tricks. I didn't do my due diligence of finding what is good, what is this. I just started. I just threw myself in it. Like I said, I had tunnel vision, put my back against the wall, just go. I just started vacuuming the car and I was like, dang. Well, at the time, this was efficient for me, right? This was what I thought was efficient. 7 hours of a detail was efficient.
Well, you don't know until you know.
Right, right. But then I started to learn like I can incorporate this. Like now we've gotten from like 7 to 9 hours of a detail in one car to like 3.5 to 4 hours
Mhm.
max. And that's inside and out. I used to only do insides. So like it's just crazy to see
The
the things that I
progress.
didn't have in the past, but I still made it work, right? Like that was the creative and fun part about being an entrepreneur that I think I've fallen in love with when whatever we do here in the future, I'm always trying to find ways to still use, my imagination and be creative in those things that I'm working on. So like with this idea of marriage and business, I have to find a way to, and I mentioned it, there's more things that I have to think about instead of just being tunnel visioned to one thing. I have to find a creative way to make sure my wife feels that I love her every single day. It's not just a one Monday I make her feel I love her, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm a dick to her. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Every single day it has to be like those constant thoughts, and it starts from also my habits too, right?
Wait, can I say something?
Go ahead.
I think we went on a tangent here, but will you bring it back to where you were saying about our walk on Sunday?
Yeah.
Because you were saying, like,
Oh yeah, yeah. Our walk on Sunday where I was overwhelming myself, and that's kind of yeah.
you had a
Thank goodness.
realization.
Sorry, yeah. Thank goodness you tied me back into that. That's what I was talking about. Where I was just almost upset at the fact that I can't be the tunnel vision me anymore. So
Oh,
I was turning around and being negative energy, like to my wife,
you wanted to focus so hard on the
on
insurance
the one thing because
and
that's
not
what
have
I'm
anything to do with anything else.
right, right. Because that's what it's been for me in the past, right? I this is how I do it. This is
Mhm,
how it should be done. But no, I had to on Sunday. I came to a realization on our walk that that's not the reality for me anymore.
mhm,
I have to think about how to still keep these other areas in the green while trying to make this area that I'm learning get up to a green. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And on Sunday when we were walking, I was like, I we talked about it. I was telling Livy like what she has to work on with the business. Like you have to get this done. You have to do this. Why isn't this getting done? This, you know what I mean? I was being. It sounds like who wants to work for a person like that? Who wants to do work with a person like that? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's not fun. That's not a fun person to be around, to work with. So I was like, maybe I was talking to myself in my head. You should help with those little things that you keep saying she needs to work on.
Thanks.
Right? It's not rocket science, and it's a little hard because some of the things that she has to do is on my phone. But
Right.
what I was doing, I was justifying that, okay, this is Livy's job. If it pops up on my phone, I'm saving it for Livy to do her job. There's not a one-way lane for that I'm
And
talking about
we
this tunnel vision.
we
You
also
have baby to worry about. Sorry,
no, you're good.
I just want to finish it before I forget it. But you have baby to worry about. I can't just think when I give you the phone, you're gonna do this thing that I expect you to do, right? There has to be some grace given to you, some grace given to myself at the same time, and understanding that, "Hey, Ma, you have 5 minutes. Send the message, even if it's Livy's job. You know,
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. We hadn't really defined those roles of like, this is what I'm going to do every day.
right?
This is what you're going to do every day for each business. Maybe we're speaking so generally that people don't really understand. I don't know. But
Our communication wasn't great because we were communicating, but not in the best ways. We weren't communicating the correct things. So we were communicating to each other. I would just say we were blabbing to each other the negative things instead of telling each other, "Okay, if you do this, I'll do this." That's that idea of
teamwork. Yeah. We
delegation,
didn't have
right?
a good teamwork
Right,
going. Yeah.
right. And that's why we want to work on those things. But on Sunday, I came to the realization that I can't just have this tunnel vision. I need to be able to communicate with my wife. We have to work together because we're a team. It's funny because even being a family is like running a business.
Yeah.
So if anything, we have like 5 businesses, bro. You know, like there's just things that, and it's habits and conversations that we need to continue to have and communicate properly. Not just talk, but listen to what
Hmm.
the other person is saying and take it in. So I know I blabbed a lot,
You're good.
but I felt like it was a learning thing
Hmm.
for me, and I'm proud that I saw that it was an issue in my own head, and then was able to communicate that to you,
Yeah.
and hopefully we're able to find a solution to that.
Yep. It's always a work in progress,
Right,
trying to figure it out.
right. Can I see the phone? Sorry, so we can tie into our second
Yeah.
topic here. But you guys leave us your thoughts on that. I mean, I don't think anybody in this world has it figured out, but I do believe that there are people who have been in this situation longer than we have that can give us some great advice. So
Hmm.
if you've been, if we're in the early stages of the shoes that you have on right now, please leave your advice in the comments. Send us a DM. We're open to trying new things. That's
Hmm.
like I said, we're this creative thing that fell in love with. I'm always open to creative ideas, conversations, anything. So let's bring it into the second one: date nights versus family nights. I'll actually ask you first, and then I'll talk after you because I talk a lot that first one. But date nights versus family nights, which matters most to you right now? And kind of mention your priorities and maybe even tie it into the seasons of life because it was easier when we didn't have a baby, obviously. So,
Yeah. I think the priority right now is date nights for me and you because of whatever we've been going through
hmm
and things we need to work on. And especially with being so busy with businesses, like if we don't make that time, it'll be years and we'll be, months go by, years will go by, and we'll be like, shoot, we've been working so hard and we haven't even like gotten to know each other or like
yeah,
caught up with each other
yeah,
or put that effort towards each other that we used to.
yeah. It
And
starts here.
I'm
That
guilty of
idea
it
of it
and I've
starts
talked
here.
about it before, like how I for so long, I was pregnant, then I was postpartum, then I'm always going to be a mom forever, but
Right.
like that was my focus for so long that I kind of neglected you. And I can't go back, but I can hopefully improve on that for our next baby and for the rest of time.
I appreciate that.
Being able to just be like, okay, yes, my kids are my priority, but so are you. And without me and you being strong, the whole family's not going to be good and
Right.
happy and
And we're big believers in that.
thriving.
Like it
Yeah.
starts from us,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I think we talked about that last week. But, anyways, I think that's a big priority for me. You've communicated with me how important that is to you. And maybe you need it more than I do.
Yeah.
And so then I'm like, it's not the first thing in my head, but
Right.
knowing that it's so important to you, I wanna respect that and, like,
Show me.
honor that for you and be
Right,
able to follow through and show you that
right,
because it's important to you, it's important to me.
right. That's the idea of what we talked about, kind of the love language. That's how you receive the feeling of love in a different way than I receive a feeling of love,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
You feel so much love from me if I just book you a what is it,
Pedicure?
a pedicure and just let take baby for an hour and a half and let you go do that.
Yeah, I
That's how
think I'm
you
a
receive love.
acts of service is my high one.
Right, right. But
And
like those
yours, like, what is yours? Would it be
physical
quality
touch,
time? Well, for sure.
definitely time, physical touch, but then, yeah, quality time,
You might be words of affirmation too,
words of
because you do
affirmation.
love to be appreciated that way.
Right, right. I mean, I don't really know all the
And
love.
I'm not good at saying that. And
But you have mentioned that to me. You
I
said like
have.
I should be better.
Seriously though, I talk so highly of you to other people. He's the best dad, he's the best husband, he's so caring, he's so giving,
Well,
all these
thank you.
things. But when it comes to you, I don't know if I just maybe assume that you already know these things and I don't think about saying them, but it's so important to just keep saying them to you, and that makes you feel good. So I need to
Right,
remember
right,
to say it when I think it, or even just thinking like, "Oh, he's such a cute dad. That's so sweet." They're like, I love to see
right,
their bond. Those little things, I need to voice them more than I just think them. Or
right,
every time I think them, I need to voice it. That's the same. It goes for this is off topic, but like same with compliments for people.
right.
When someone gives you a compliment and you're really good at giving compliments to, like, everybody, the cashier, the store,
Thank you.
anybody, like, you're always complimenting people and it's very genuine, and I think it a lot, like, "Oh, that girl's so pretty," or "That I love that outfit," whatever it is, but I usually don't say it, but I wanna be that type of person that just says every nice thing that I think.
But I mean, it's so hard to change your DNA. You're a little bit more introverted than I am. You know
Yeah,
what
it's
I
true.
mean? Like it's you can't just shift your DNA to be like, I want to be like this. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's something,
Yeah,
you
you can
start one
practice
day
it.
in the littlest of ways and continue to get better. Like I wasn't always a social butterfly. Well,
Think you
I
were.
don't, I don't know. Maybe I was, but like I look back, I got more and more confidence in being able to compliment people
And
by complimenting people, right? And that's the same way we're like learning detailing. I had just started and then I got more confidence in building, a business
yeah.
and confidence in actually doing the detailing. Like there's all that stuff. And it all stems from choosing that this is what you want for yourself. And then like we have a marriage here. So we have to make sure we're both on the same page. And
Mhm.
that's what we both want. And then working at it together, right?
Yeah.
So something that came to my head while you're talking, it kind of ties into that first thing, the first topic that we talked about, which is business and marriage. It's so important, this idea of the way I receive love, the way you receive love. I think it's important that, and it came to my mind of a long time ago, and I've always kept it in my, kept reminding myself, make sure this is what Livy wants for her future too, right? Like growing businesses is fun for me.
That's maybe your
Is it
dream.
fun for her? You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Like you want to be a nurse, you want to open up these other things. There's different things that you also want for yourself.
Mhm.
I need to be, I have to love you and make sure that I'm keeping those things a priority for her too.
And just staying on the same page about it
Right,
as
right,
it might change, you know?
right. Which I feel like, and the reason I say that is because I see some stories. I've watched a bunch of videos of people that I think are in a financial position that I wish I was in, or I hope to be in in the future, but then they don't have their partner anymore. Like they're with
Mm,
a girlfriend or they're divorced and they're just single and they
'cause
have,
that's not what the wife wanted all along.
right, right. And so I started to notice those things in some of those videos and places that I looked up to. I'm
Mhm.
like, well, family is important to me,
Yeah.
but I do want that financial independence. So how can I make sure to keep this family while also working on that financial independence?
Yeah. I
I
think
mean,
it's possible.
yeah, and the good thing is you know what you want in the future. You want to have we're similar. Like we lined up our things that we like and don't like, and you want that in your future, and I really want that in my future.
Mhm.
And we keep communicating that to make sure that we're still staying on that path and respecting each other's journeys. Right? You have your dreams, I have my dreams.
Mhm.
It has to be not just me working on mine, you helping me work on mine.
Yeah.
This podcast. I was like, when am I gonna have time to do a freaking podcast? And
But that was my little dream.
right. And my wife literally, she was, where were you? Girls, Idaho? Were you in Idaho? You were in Idaho. We mentioned this in the littlest of ways every single episode, I feel like, but you mentioned it to me the next week. Ladies and gentlemen, we also don't have much money. So this financial independence that I'm talking about, we don't have it yet. But I knew it was important to my wife. I know that this is a version of her receiving love from me. So I knew I needed to act on it. So she
I
mentioned the
appreciate
idea,
that.
of course. I mentioned the idea, or she mentioned the idea. The next week, we have damn near every single tool at the doorstep. Thank you, Amazon. We had mics, interface, headphones. We had all these things. Some things we don't even use, but that's beside the point. This is the way my wife receives love. Back to episode 2 of mixing, my wife knows, and we had the communication. That's the way I fill up my own cup. That's the way I receive love. Well, that's how I feel like that fills up my own cup for me to be able to help give you the love that you want to receive it. You know what I mean? That didn't make any sense. But in my head, it makes sense, I promise. Do you understand? That's all that matters. If you guys are listening, you don't understand, the only person I really
This is
care
a
that
lot of
understands.
rambling, and we keep going off topic, but let's
Right.
bring it back to the date night.
Right. Day night. Sorry. Guys, I got ADHD. Sorry.
Um, but
Um,
yeah, I think prioritizing date night is very important, especially
yes.
because I want you to know that what's important to you is
Right.
important to me, and I'm gonna do my best to keep showing that effort that
Yes.
you have asked
Yes.
of me.
And Livy has mentioned what I love. I'm a date night guy, and this idea of family date night or
And we
family
love a
nights
family date
and day
night
nights.
too.
Yes, we do that a lot.
Yeah, it is
We do
fun.
that way more than a day night.
Yeah.
FYI. Like, if I'm able to be with you guys at any point in the day and do something with you guys, that to me is a date.
It's a
I
date.
have a million dates a week.
Yeah, it's true.
Even if it means we're sitting and playing blocks and Legos, that's a date to me. I appreciate that. I love that. But I also appreciate having those, more intimate date nights with you,
Mhm.
taking you on a date to dinner,
Yeah. And
sharing conversation with you across the table. I love that.
let me add, for the longest time with my anxiety postpartum, I wouldn't even wanna leave maybe with a babysitter, even a family member, to go on a 2-hour date night. Like, that was too long for me, so we would
Right.
pretty much always bring her. So that was kind of the habit we were in. Now that she's older and healthier and she can talk and communicate things, and we have a few people that we trust to watch her, I feel more comfortable going.
Right.
So I think that's why for a long time it wasn't a priority because she was so much the focus for both of us. Like, we wanted to make sure she was okay, right?
But yes, no,
Okay.
I'm agreeing.
Okay.
Sorry,
I was
I thought you were gonna keep
no,
going.
I was
That's why I
just
was
adding
quiet.
that because it's just been like a kind of a recent this year thing where we're like, okay,
Right.
we should probably start dating each other again.
Again. And that is
Why am I
part
out of
of
breath?
like I said in the beginning, I've had to change so much, especially in these past 2 years having a baby. But on Sunday, when I came to that realization that I can't just be pursuing business this one way, I have to find a way to make it work with all the new priorities and responsibilities I have in my life. Like, that's part of, the growth that we've shared. First of all, as couples, we're high school sweethearts. Sweethearts? We're high school sweethearts. We're high school sweethearts. So we've done a lot of growth together, thank goodness, because then we
I'm
started to
glad we're
learn.
not our 16-year-old selves anymore.
We're toxic. We're toxic. But
Imagine.
damn, ain't nobody else
Yeah.
I would rather be toxic with than you, toxic
Wait.
ass.
Can you tie this into like maybe how other people might be able to relate? I know we're speaking
Talking
from
about
our
date nights?
experiences, but I'm just saying in general, like with the marriage and the business and the date nights and the whatever. Like,
Yeah. Well,
what value are we providing? You know what I mean?
I feel like yes, heads up, recording has stopped due to incoming.
Oh yeah, my mom just tried to call me.
Oh, is it done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it still going though?
Yeah, it's still going.
Do you think it cut out?
No, because the time's counting now. But
Okay.
what was the question?
I was saying how can we
The value, right?
how might this apply to other people where they might not be in the same position but they're listening and they're like,
I don't even feel like we're adding value. I feel like this is more a cry for help. Ladies and gentlemen, help us out if there's ways that you have in your marriage with balance, with this idea of balance, marriage, date nights, family nights. business, and it's not just business, working and marriage, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? How are you guys doing it? Because this is what we started a podcast for, to be able to connect with people, bounce ideas off each other, and then take what works.
And there's
Answers. I don't think we have the
many
answers.
if you're looking at, like, all the little compartments of what is in your life, right? All these parts of your life, okay? Marriage being a big one, family being a big one, but even just me as a person, it's like, okay, what do I value? What is my life made up of?
Right,
You know, this, like cooking, baking, trying to work out, trying to be healthy, trying to
right,
like skincare, cute outfits,
right.
influencing, all these million things
You know what's funny?
things that I like to do, things that I want to do more of,
Right.
reading. Do you know what I mean? All
Yeah,
these things that make up our life,
right,
and we have to merge them together between me and you
right.
and
Also,
prioritize, okay, I want to make sure I'm taken care of so that you're taken care of so that she's taken care of.
right.
But
It
I
starts with
don't
you.
have that much time to just just focus on me.
Yeah, breathe a little bit. You're running
Yeah.
out of breath.
Don't have that much time to focus just on me. So I need to put a little bit of time here, a little bit of time there, a lot of
Right.
time here. And so I think just if we want to bring it back to the
Yeah,
word balance, like just in life, there's so many aspects of life.
yeah,
Keeping your house clean, showering every day, brushing your teeth, like all these
right.
things that make up your day.
That's why I feel
There's a
like
million
people
things.
yeah, that's why I feel like people, or especially adults, always are like, "I miss being a kid."
Right. Because
But
you
the
don't have that much responsibility when
right.
you're a kid.
I wouldn't even say it's just responsibility. I feel like we kept life so simple as a kid because that's us having fun was the only important thing, right?
Oh, yeah. I didn't
You just
even
have to find a way
mention,
to have fun. With when you said
yeah,
all
we
those
need to
things of
have more
how the
fun.
baking, makeup, pedicure, all that stuff, we have to find a way to keep life so simple that it's fun for us. It could be so overwhelming if we constantly are looking at this million wall checkboard checklist that needs to get checked each single one. But that's not that for us, that would drive us insane.
Yeah.
We have to find a way to simplify. These are the important things that we're going to focus on. Let's make sure we're touching on these subjects each and every day.
If you were to take a step back and be like, wow, there are so many things that are required of me in my life, whether it's something that a hobby that I want to do, or spend time with friends, or something that really needs to get done, like paying the bills and doing your work. I guess it's just, it can be overwhelming to think about all the little things and to try to be like, okay, I'm not doing good at enough things or whatever. But you
Well,
just,
let me say this. You're doing good at when you said that these things that require you, that the things that require you, I can hold up on one hand.
well, and it might
But
be
what
expectations we
requires you
put on
is me,
ourselves.
live or Navy,
Hmm.
and you, and everything else is after that. But those are just little sub
No,
requirements.
I know. I'm just saying there's
But you're doing amazing at
expectations
everything that
on
requires you.
ourselves
Right.
and from other people too,
Right.
but mostly probably on ourselves. But I guess I'm just saying
I'm
there
on your
is
team
no
on that.
way to like balance it all and be like, okay, I'm perfectly good at my time management on every
Right.
little thing I'm supposed to do every single day. Like that's just not reality. And we just have to go with the flow and take the
Right.
punches and keep going on and try our best. Like that's seriously,
Yeah.
you can't dwell too much on like, because sometimes I think I do this where I'm thinking of the things that I'm not doing more than I'm like, okay, I'm really proud that I did this, this, and this today.
Yeah.
Instead of like, well, frick, why didn't I work out? Why I should have ate healthier.
Yeah.
Like,
Not to mention thinking like that makes you like not want to continue to try to do more better things, you know?
yeah, it's a
Thinking about the
mindset.
things that you're grateful for and the things that you're good at and you're doing good at
Mm,
makes you want to continue to do like that's the
exactly.
same idea as making the bed in the morning.
Yeah,
Now
it
you want to go
just
make breakfast, you know?
snowballs into more good things.
Right. That positive momentum. But let's touch on the last topic and then we kind of have to wrap it up because baby will be home soon.
Okay.
The
Wait,
third one.
I did want to ask one thing about.
What?
No, I was just gonna say you've brought this up before. I don't think we've talked about it on the podcast, but like this idea of expectations versus agreements. Have we
Right.
talked about that?
I think I touched on it a little bit in an episode. I
Maybe last
remember
week.
no, a few weeks ago
Mm,
because that was the I mean, we had that conversation, but there is expectations and there's agreements, and that's obviously been in the back of my head. I mean, not obviously. that has been in the back of my head this whole conversation, but we touched on it. The most important thing is communication. Nobody can read minds. We
Yeah.
have to make sure that we're setting and we're speaking to the person that we love or whoever we're trying to grow with
Yeah.
our expectations. We have to express that and then make an agreement like, okay, in order for those expectations to be met or those our goals to work, we both have to work like this.
And I
Like,
think that's something that we definitely need to work on is making those expectations clear and saying, "Hey, this is what I expect out of you," and not
right,
just assuming that you can read my mind and then being upset that you didn't do what I hoped you would have done because
spot
I
on.
thought you should know that already. Like, that's
Yes,
not fair to me or you
right.
because then I'm upset that you didn't do something that you didn't know you were supposed to do. So,
This is there's we could talk about this forever. But
sorry.
number 3 is keep this like one sentence. This is a challenge for both of us. Would you rather build wealth fast and sacrifice comfort now or enjoy comfort and grow wealth slower? Simple answer. One.
Obviously grow slower.
Okay.
That's what we've been doing
Right.
and
And
enjoying life as we go.
right. I second that. We talk about that actually a lot, you know.
Mhm.
Sometimes I have to remind you that that's since I love having fun, ladies and gentlemen. Again,
He has
ADHD.
a little bit too much fun sometimes.
I don't drink, I don't smoke. If that's
No,
a
no, no.
yeah,
I'm just saying as far as spending money, like,
right, right.
you're like, "Oh, come on, let's celebrate every little thing," which is a good
I can
mindset, but
justify all of it, I promise. Not in a good way, like, it's not a good thing, but thank goodness she's my yin to my yang, so she keeps
I'm the control freak about the money, and I'm not very good at controlling it.
yeah, so then you're not a control freak. We're just both out of
I'm
control
just
together.
stressed about it.
It's okay. It's a stress we can live with kinda thing.
Life
But
is good.
this reminds me, go listen to the talk about Matthew McConaughey. He talked about this. I remember it when I used to go to BYU. It was a talk about,
The green lights?
well, making sure, like, everything is it's checks and balances.
Oh, he has the book Green Lights, but
Is that what it's called?
I heard that book is good. I haven't read it, but
Is that what it's from? The check like, green lights? Like, making sure everything's in the green?
I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't read the book, and I barely read books, ladies and gentlemen, but go listen to that talk where I don't know what it's called. This is just popping in my head, so you're gonna have to do your due diligence and go look it up. But he talks about checks and balances and just keeping every single or at least the more important things, right, in the green, you know, making sure his wife feels loved, being a good dad. Matthew McConaughey still has to be taken care of, you know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
just I feel like for me, that's a great system. So I've tried to introduce it into my own life since hearing the story, but I don't think I'll ever perfect it. I just think it's always gonna be a work in progress, which I
Well, and I
appreciate.
think if you're even just aware, like, okay, how am I doing in each of these categories in my
Right,
life?
right,
Okay, I might be lacking in here. That's something I'm gonna be thinking about more and work on.
right.
Because
Correct.
I don't know, I think we're doing good that we're at least just thinking about it, and being
Yes.
like, let's work on this, this, and this, instead
Yeah.
of just
Acknowledging it is
going through
important.
life floating on and being like, well, whatever happens, happens. I don't like, I'm not gonna take control of my life, which I think we can take a little bit more control over our life.
We can always, always, always do better. But guys,
Life's
we
what you
appreciate you
make
guys
it.
tuning in. We obviously could talk for hours about these topics, which is
I
a
hope
great
this
thing.
makes sense with other people listening. Like, I don't.
I feel like we say that you say that after every episode. Everybody's gonna relate in some way.
Alright.
If you're diligently listening, I promise there's something that is gonna make sense in here. So thank you for tuning in. Episode 8.
Thanks for
Ma'a.
listening, guys. I'm Liv. We'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Happy Aloha Friday. Have a beautiful weekend.
Bye.
Racha.